Okay, so this is my vest up close here. I'll start with the front side and go over what I bring with me on these trips. Alright, so in this pouch here, I keep all my toiletries, including a razor actually, to give myself a haircut while I'm on my trip. I like to keep my hair short, and I don't have to pay for haircuts if I don't have to. So in this pouch right here, I keep about 15-20 of these granola bars. These are great, just trail mix. What happens a lot of times is I'll pitch my tent anywhere from 10 to 15 kilometers out from the nearest town, so it's convenient to have these for quick energy in the morning before I get to some sort of sandwich place in the next town. Right here, flip-flops. These are really convenient for when I rest. Take off my boots, let my feet air out, and walk around with these. And when I'm getting my campsite up too. In here, I've got my MSR water purifier and sediment remover. Really good stuff. I keep my official documents, passports, extra batteries for my camera and for my water purifier. And then I've got this MSR towel. It absorbs a lot of water actually for its size, and it dries really quickly. So this is definitely really nice to have. Here, I'll pull it out here for you. I mean, as you can see, it's really thin and not much bigger than 2 feet, but convenient to have. I've got my headlight, of course, comes in handy, and then I've got 4 of these. These are well, I've got my compass here, which I actually keep on my person, but these are the stubs, actually, the rubber stubs to my for my crutches, because as I discovered in Spain, after I bought my crutches, these start to run really thin after about 200 miles. So I brought 4 of them to pack with me, and then once I go through these, hopefully I will have found an orthopedist place orthopedics place to replace them. Right here, it's where I keep my camera, and then behind it, I keep a little small shovel for digging a hole for out in nature, and I'm too far from a bathroom. Right next to it, a utility knife, and I don't know how well you can see, but this vest has this little system of loops that runs all across it. And in fact, these pouches that you see don't come on the vest. This system is called the MOLLE system. It's an acronym, and all these pouches and everything you see came separately, and this allows you to attach various things on there. So as you can see, I've got everything attached through that system. Alright, here on the left side, I keep this heavy-duty poncho, which is nice because it's right here, it's easy access. It rained about every day, 4 or 5 times a day in Spain for the first 2 weeks, and it was a big pain to have to take off my backpack, pull out my jacket, put it on, drop my gear, drop pack, and and then have to put everything back on, and it would only rain for like 5-10 minutes, so then I have to do it all over again. So this is convenient. It just fits over the whole system, fits over the vest, and I've got it right there. I can just take it on, put it on, and take it off. And then right here, as you can see, I've got my Camelback tube, which leads around the pack to a 3-liter Camelback bladder, which I'll show you in a minute. In this pouch here, and then here on both of these pouches, you can see these reflector strips. Obviously, I do all of my walking on the roadside, so it's nice to have these for when it starts getting a little bit dark, since that happens every once in a while. Okay, so here mostly I have extra clothes. I keep some gloves, thin gloves, and a thin hat. I've got to cross the Andes mountain range for this upcoming trip, where I get up to altitudes of 4,000 meters, so I know I'm in for some cold nights. I keep 3 pairs of socks, in here, or 2 pairs of socks in here, then 1 pair that I wear. This is just the installation CD for my camera so that I can download pictures. And then I keep an extra shirt and then an extra pair of shorts. And then the other shirt and shorts I wear on me. So I don't carry much clothes in all. Okay, and then also, if you open it up, you can see there's this hip support. This didn't come with the vest either. I bought this separately. When I went on this 4-day trip, Cañete Lima, I had, well actually I'm sorry, before that trip, before Cañete Lima, I only had these, all the weight was resting on my shoulders. I don't know how well you can see it, but up here I've got these pads, which I had sewn on into the vest to provide some padding. But nonetheless, all the weight was on my shoulders, so I found this, and it also fits into the MOLLE system quite well. So I've got hip support too. As you can see right here, on both sides, I've got mat carriers. So this is also really convenient. I just have to open up my vest and I got my maps right there. Again, easy access. Okay, so for the back side, starting at the bottom here, I keep some cold weather gear. I've got a pair of sweatpants, and then underneath it, some polypropylene bottoms. Right above it, I keep 2 fleeces. So again, just preparing for those inevitable cold nights ahead. And below the cold weather gear, you can see the Camelback bladder carrier right here. So it just opens up right here, and then this is where the tube runs into, and then the bladder's right there. So right above it, I keep my my 7 by 9 foot tarp for under the tent, and then underneath that, as well as the tent stakes, the metal stakes. And then underneath that, I have the tent itself. It's a Eureka Solitaire, and it held up really well in Spain, and I definitely had some pretty crappy weather. So I'm hoping it'll do the same across South America. Right here, above it, is my sleeping bag. It's a warm weather sleeping bag. It's really thin, and then underneath that, I've got the tent. Rods for setting up the tent. And then above that, right here, is where I keep my sleeping pad. It's an inflatable sleeping pad, Thermarest, and then a small camping pillow, which you can say what you want about bringing a pillow camping, but in Spain, I had to either try to sleep on my Camelback bladder or my fleece, which I ended up having to wear. And a pillow makes all the difference, and you want to get good rest when you're out there on the road. There's nothing worse than trying to put in 20-25 mile days without a good night's sleep behind you. And then you can see that both the sleeping system here and the sleeping bag are in these sacks. These are called Tough Sacks, Granite Gear, and they've held up really well so far, and they're waterproof, which is nice too. Okay, so now I'll show you what the poncho looks like when I put it on. So again, it's right here, comes off easily, and I realize I look like a hunchback with big old titties, but this is what it looks like. Maybe it'll be a good intimidation factor. So for when I go through these small towns. But just so you get an idea, as you can see, I'm completely protected. And then after the storm, I just take it off, fold it back up, and put it back on. I don't have to drop pack or take a break or lose any momentum, which is great, especially if it ends up raining 4 or 5 times a day like it did in Spain. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully you've got a better idea of what I take with me on these seemingly crazy trips. And thanks for watching.